Hello, I'm Isabella Cooper. I'm here with Nareg and Bailey. Um, this is our capstone presentation, which is like we worked with Plexus Healthcare to create Yorgi. Next slide, which is our AI powered executive intelligence. Who is Plexus Healthcare? Plexus Healthcare is a company based in Southern Oregon, which was founded in 1996 that develops software for healthcare insurance companies. They serve over 100 plus organizations. They include national and international health insurers and government programs. We worked with the AI department at Plexus, which includes a recent SAU graduate you might know, Ian Ingram. So, Plexus software handles the operational side of healthcare insurance. Their systems manage insurance claims and support the payment workflow between insurers and healthcare providers. These systems operate at a very large scale, with over 55 million people covered, with a million claims per day, and in all 50 states as well as international. Because of this scale, organizations like Plexus rely heavily on internal tools and data systems to track operations across the company. This complexity is one of the reasons our project focuses on improving visibility and access to company information for leadership. Next slide. CEOs and executives have many platforms they have to access to get up-to-date information on the happenings in a company. This creates an inefficiency and increases the risk of missing important updates. We made Yorgi, an AI platform that seamlessly integrates with all the important applications that the CEO at Plexus needs to enhance decision making and improve workflow efficiency through communication with Yorgi.
Now, given that problem statement, we wanted to come up with a list of user stories that will best serve our clients' needs. For example, the client requested a dashboard that consolidates information across different mediums and applications. We wanted to also have the ability to talk to Yogi through voice and not only text. The client also requested a way to have data visualization done, which we will show you later through our generative UI. And then finally, we want Yorgi to act as an executive assistant that can schedule meetings, send emails, and work on our behalf. Now, before we get into our demo, we just wanted to share and emphasize some features we've worked on. Like, for example, our interactive dashboard, which includes information from GitHub, email, schedule, and our transcripts. We also created the chat page where we can interact with Yorgi through text and voice, and along with a 3D avatar to represent Yorgi, the generative UI, which we'll showcase in an example. And finally, we also decided to include live updates. That way we can keep the user informed of what's happening through tool calls and agent delegation that Yorgi does. Now for the demo, we're going to start on the dashboard page, where at the top we have the navigation bar, where we can access two important pages, the dashboard, which I will go through and explain, and then the chat page, which Bailey will talk about later. On our dashboard page, we have four important cards, and we're going to start with the top left one, emails, and work our way counterclockwise. For emails, we can see any unread and most recent images or emails. And by clicking on one of the tabs, we can go directly to the email in Outlook. And for example, we can see I got an email from Bailey regarding a budget meeting and setting up time for talking about it. Secondly, we have our schedule, which gives us a look at our team's schedule. We can see any important meetings that are happening and coming up, and again, access description, time, and who's going to be there and all that important information. Third, we can have a look at the development team and see what they're doing through looking at recent issues and open pull requests. And by clicking, we can go to the important page on GitHub, see the description, see what's happening, and all the important information. And finally, we have our transcripts card. Up at the top, we have general metrics about transcripts. Then we have OneDrive recordings, which are automatically stored and summarized. And we can use that link to go to our manual upload page where we can manually upload meeting recording. That way we can have it stored and summarized on Azure. And here we can click through and search and see, for example, the recent IT team meeting that emphasized an upcoming meeting that we earlier saw on our schedule.
So here we have the chat interface where you can interact directly with Yorgi. We have our conversations on the left here, a little sidebar. We can add new ones or delete current conversation. Right now, we're also going to show you the file upload. You can upload files directly to Yorgi for him to analyze and use in future conversations. Right now, we've uploaded a PR policy that has been put out by the AI team. We're going to ask Yorgi to summarize this for us, see what that's all about. So it looks like there's been some malpractice in the AI development team. They've been merging their own pull requests. That's bad development practice. So we're going to go ahead and ask Yorgi to show us what's exactly going on by creating a chart. As we can see, Yorgi is showing us live updates of all the sub agents he's delegating this task to and all the tool calls that are being made by said sub agents. If we want, we can even expand those tool calls further and show exactly what is being sent back to Yorgi from the tool call. So we've been shown that Yorgi has completely gathered the data he needs, and he's now creating the UI needed to show us what's going on in the AI department. And here we have it, the generated UI. We have some nice data visualization, all the relevant PRs that were offenders in this exact scenario. For those UI, there's a UI widget manager to delete them or open and close them again if you want to come back to them. So it seemed like Nareg had a couple violations. He had 9 violations, which is not great. We're going to go ahead and ask Yorgi to queue up an email to him. I don't really want to type it myself. It takes a lot of work. So Yorgi has done that already. He's generated an email. He's asked for my approval, so there's human in the loop. If I want to deny it, I can provide a reason. He'll generate a new one. But this one looks okay to me. I'm not going to read all that, but I'd say that's enough, and he'll probably get the message across. So we're going to go ahead and approve it, send it to Nari. But let's see. Okay, it looks like he's supposedly sent the email, but let's actually check that for ourselves. We go to Outlook and we can see, yes, the email was sent. So here's the voice mode. This is a live demo.
What meetings do I have this week?
Checking your calendar now. I'll pull up the details for you. One moment. I'm looking at your upcoming meetings. I'll give you a quick overview in just a moment. You've got 3 meetings this week, 2 back-to-back on Wednesday, the Q2 financial review in the morning and a vendor contract renewal on Teams in the evening. Then Thursday evening, you have the summer internship planning meeting, also on Teams.
Can you check recent transcripts to see if any meetings were mentioned in a recent transcript that aren't on the calendar?
On it. I'll look into your recent transcripts to see if any meetings were mentioned that aren't on the calendar. One moment. It looks like I found a mention of a follow-up discussion that wasn't on the calendar yet. I'll pull that detail now. I found one meeting that's mentioned in your recent transcripts, but isn't showing on your calendar yet. There's an IT security and HIPAA compliance review scheduled for Friday, June 13th at 10 a.m. It was discussed in the IT stand-up from June 7th, so the invite may still be coming your way.
As you can see, this was our pre-recorded demo of the voice agent. Now, you might use the voice agent if you were, per se, on the go, or maybe if you just wanted to talk to it hands-free.
Now, behind the scenes, these are the tools and technologies we use to build Yorgi. On the back end, we primarily use Python and specifically Flask. On the front end, it was a mix of HTML, CSS, JS, and some React here and there. And for agents, we use Cloud SDK to handle the agent orchestration, specifically using the Cloud 3 Haiku model. But for the voice features, we ended up going with OpenAI, Real-Time API, along with 3JS and Web Audio API. And finally, all of this was bundled as a Docker image and hosted on Azure Container Apps. And for the storage, we also used Azure, and it was a combination of blob storage and Cosmos DB.
So here we have a neat little diagram showing the entire data pipeline from the browser in the chat mode and the voice mode. So we can see how everything goes from Yorgi, you typing to Yorgi, and the voice mode back to Yorgi, and all the tools and specialists gathering their data from their relevant data silos or platforms. For testing, we use kind of an unconventional approach and a kind of traditional approach. For the traditional approach, we use just normal PyTest and unit tests, just to make sure everything, all the APIs were firing exactly what we wanted from them. For the agent-driven testing, we did something a little different. We had the deployed agent in a live environment create and execute its own test against all of its own integrated tools to ensure that those were also working all the way from the front end to back end. For the division of labor, we all kind of had our own specialized roles. Me personally, I was the AI and integrations lead. Nari did a lot of the back end work and a lot of the database work. And Izzy did a lot of the front end work, more specifically the 3D avatar. So in conclusion, we built Yorgi. He's an AI powered executive assistant for Plexus Healthcare built to their needs specifically. So the reason I say that is because this is a great template and scalable foundation for basically Yorgi as a software as a service, where any other company could come to us and we could purpose build Yorgi for that company with whatever platforms they need Yorgi to interact with. And
That's big.
that's all. Thank you. I like that.
Okay.
Blowing off the tongue there.
So do we want to film this next
How
time?
does not today? Oh,
Not today?
not today. When's next time?
Yeah, let's just do it now. We're all here.
Yeah. How's the audio?
Well, that's another thing. We do need